What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is David Benjamin from Wellstar Reviews and Healthy Wild Free. Today I'm going to be sharing with you a fitness optimization device that will enhance your workouts and give you greater gains in the gym in terms of cardiovascular capacity, but also muscular gains. So this device in my hand is called the Kuhler. That's Kuhler, and it's a device that is positioned with this metal component on the back here that goes into the palm of your hand. You can use it on the right side of your hand or the left side of your hand, it doesn't matter. And the reason for this is because, as Dr. Andrew Huberman shared on the Joe Rogan podcast, your hands, your palms in particular, and your feet are like radiators. And when your body heats up, when your core temperature increases from a workout, your body's kicking off heat. And that's a part of the fatigue and the exhaustion process of working out, whether it's building muscle or cardiovascular fitness, jogging, running, whatever, anything. Could be anything, right? So the aim and the purpose of the Kuhler device, there's a trigger here on the front. It's kind of like a video game, handle or whatever. I don't play video games, so you know what I mean. But it's like a trigger, right? So you hold on to this, and the metal part here calms. So all you do is pull that trigger one time. The top will turn blue, and then this palm is automatically cooling. So I can feel the cooling sensation in my palm, and it runs for about 30 seconds. So you can run this cycle 1, 2, 3, 4 times, and just run it in a row and just kind of like cool off. It's recommended that you use this device intermittently throughout your workouts. So essentially, do a set, do a bunch of reps, do several sets, and once you kind of feel that heat fatigue and that heat exhaustion, jump on the Kuhler device, turn it on. I can feel the cooling on my palm right now, and that's going to cool your core body temperature down quickly because it's through your palms, and that's once again sort of like a radiator for your body. You can exert heat quicker through your palms and through your feet. And I think the reason for that is because biologically we're hardwired with our hands and our feet. We have a lot of nerves in our hands and our feet. Walking in the snow or walking on a hot beach or walking in the desert to basically signal to our body, hey, it's really hot or it's really cold. Stay away from these extreme temperatures, so that biologically speaking, we don't go into the extreme hot or the extreme cold, and we seek sort of a more temperate temperature so that we don't get fatigue or exhaustion from the extreme cold or the extreme heat. So I'm in South Texas right now, and I'm originally from Michigan, so I'm from the cold north, but I'm living in the hot south, the south hot. And this device, I've been using it for a little over a week now. And I will say, when I first started using it, I think the first day I used it, I was like, okay, this isn't working at all. There's no way this works. I used it like once or twice, and I didn't really use it properly. And then I contacted the company, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really notice anything. I just used it. I want to say I used it after like one of the sets or something, and I'm like, what is it? I don't know. Didn't really feel a whole lot, but I talked to the company and I was like, well, how should I use it? And they're like, well, here's the research, Stanford University, this and that. You use it intermittently between sets. So you do a set, you get super hot, whether it's push-ups or pull-ups or running or, the ski machine, the rower, whatever you're doing. It could be cardio, it could be, weights, building muscle, whatever it is. And you do this intermittently throughout and in between those sets. So I went back to the gym, and I did that a little bit, and I felt a little difference, but then I just kept increasing the capacity of using this. So yesterday when I went to the gym, I did this in between every single set. And mind you, it's only a 30-second session, and the research shows that you can do up to 3 minutes. So actually the research shows that if you do 3 minutes, so if you do several of these, so if I were to push this button, I just did one, here's another one, run it for a minute or 2 minutes instead of 30 seconds, you're just gonna see more cooling, more output of that heat from your body. So long story short, I was a huge skeptic initially because I was like, there's no way it makes that big of a difference. But heat exhaustion and heat fatigue is a real thing. And so I did it when I went to the gym yesterday, and it was a combination of sort of cardio exercises mixed with strength training. So a little bit of HIIT and a little bit of strength training. And I went on the ski machine, which I absolutely hate. And normally usually we do like 100, 150, 200 M on the ski machine, if you're familiar. So 100 is fairly easy for me, 200 I'm pretty gassed out. So this day I was doing 150. And I just did my Kuhler unit, and I go up to the ski machine, and I was just cranking. I was ripping that ski machine off the wall, And people in the gym were like, wow, you're really like cranking on that ski machine today. And I was like, yeah, this thing works. And I've never had that much intensity and endurance on the ski machine up to 150 meters. Like usually after 100 meters, I start to get a little gassed out. 150, I'm like, ugh. And then 200, I'm like just dragging, right? I was ripping full force at 150. It completely shocked me. It completely blew my mind. And I believe it's because using the Kühler device intermittently in between workouts, in between sets rather, allowed me to cool my core body temperature and then re-engage. Cool my core body temperature and then re-engage. So that every set that I did and all the reps that I did within that set gave me more VO2 max and more physical capacity to build more muscle and have more cardiovascular endurance. So I've personally seen this work very, very well. And so Andrew Huberman talked about it. The interesting thing to note is that there's a very specific temperature degree variation range that is essential for the effectiveness of cooling your palms. So you can't put ice on your palms, for example, because it will actually constrict your cardiovascular system instead of cool it and release heat. So you don't want to have it be too cold because that will actually create constriction, which will actually weaken and dampen your capacity. So you can't be too cold, but you also don't want to be not cold enough to actually exert that heat and remove it from your body. So the thing I like most about this Kühler device is that if you have like heat exhaustion or you want to just get way more out of your workouts and have a higher degree of intensity and get a better workout in so you can gain muscle and cardiovascular endurance faster, this device is for you. So let me read you some statistics. Besides Andrew Huberman sharing that on the Joe Rogan podcast, I'm going to read you some statistics from the research done by Stanford University so you can really kind of get a feel for what gains people have seen. So bench press, pull-ups, cycling or sprinting, football conditioning, heat endurance workouts, etc. Right? So bench press, they saw when they did a 3-minute between sets palm cooling, they saw a 27% increase in work volume. 27%. When they did pull-ups, get this, 3-minute cooling between sets, they saw 94% greater gains. This is like steroids in the palm of your hand. That's ridiculous. That's absurd. That's crazy. And I'm just getting started with this, so I'm super stoked. I can feel the results and I can see them within a week. And I just have to increase how often I use it in between sets to really release heat from the body and stay cool. Cycling and sprinting, they saw 25 to 30% reduction in time to fatigue. So in other words, let's just say 30% in the middle there. 30% less time to fatigue. That's massive for any endurance athlete. Football conditioning, they saw a 40 to 50% higher sustained output and they use that during recovery. And then heat endurance work, they did intermittent cooling, they saw a 25 to 30% endurance boost. So essentially, whether you're doing strength training or high intensity interval training, the heart rate, so here's what happens. The time to exhaustion is improved by 25 to 30%. So in other words, your time to exhaustion, you have 25 to 30% more energy. Additionally, the heart rate on average slowed by 10 to 15 beats per minute. So when it comes to strength training, conditioning, cardiovascular endurance, I am always looking to have the latest and greatest biohacks for my body's capacity and ability to be strong and conditioned and have energy and to have my mitochondria function optimally. And I can say from firsthand experience that in the last week, my workouts, I feel, I kid you not, I feel like I went back like 5 years in time. Like I feel like I'm going back like 5 years ago when I was in the best shape of my life. I had the most muscle mass in my life, which is still more than I am right now, but it's because I'm mixing things up. This has made me feel that way. Where I'm in the gym and I can just push through, strength condition, and continue when other people are dropping off like flies. So I love this device. I think it's totally worth it. Especially, it comes with a carrying case, which is really nice. Especially if you are in a hot climate. By the way, the carrying case, it fits nicely in there. So when you put it in there, it actually stays and it's not gonna like fly around, which is really good because there are some sort of delicate parts in here. There's a fan in there that kicks off the heat at the bottom when it cools. But I will say this. If you are an endurance athlete, this is incredible. If you are a strength training athlete, this is incredible. If you are a professional athlete, this is a no-brainer. Like this is literally like put it in your workout stack, keep it with you on the bench or on the sidelines and use this. It's a no-brainer. I want to say long term, this is probably one of the biggest edges you can get in the gym and in your conditioning routine. The research is very clear and very evident, and there's not a lot of things you can do for recovery during, not after, during your workout to see that enhanced ability to give more pressure to your muscles and more strength conditioning to your lungs and heart, while at the same time giving you that intermittent recovery so that you can pump out more. So I love this for lung health, heart health, and the health of my muscles, and just to condition myself at a higher level with something very simple that I can just carry in a carrying case with me to the gym. So right now, I believe I want to say it's like 10 or 20% off. I will put my link below that will give you a deep discount. These units aren't necessarily cheap, but it's a lifelong investment for your physical health and physical fitness in the gym. So I look at investments like this as way more than worth it, because a supplement you have to buy over and over again, something like this, it's going to keep you in better peak physical condition and peak physical shape for many years to come. So check out the link below. That'll give you a discount. I'll put the link in the description. And if you want to learn more about Healthy While Free, check out my Healthy Wellness Education channel. And if you want to get more healthy wellness product reviews, subscribe to Wellstar Reviews here below. Leave your comments and questions below. I'll answer those questions. And if I can't answer them, I'll ask the companies to answer them for you, because there's a lot of research backing palm cooling up, and I really do think it is the future of physical strength conditioning, high intensity interval training, endurance training, all of it. So check it out below. I'll see you in the comment section, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.